Welcome, one and all. This is the Peace Dealer. This is episode 61 of Peace Talk. And you already know what it is, what we do on the show. I like to invite really talented and creative spiritualists or people so you can get to know them. And this episode, we have Shāsa. What's good?
What's good?
I hope I said that right, by the way.
Yeah, you did. It's Shāsa.
Shāsa. Okay.
I can
Awesome.
twister. Some people are like Shasha, Sasha, Shāsa.
Everyone but the right one. That's funny. Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to have you on. I'm going to talk more about this later, but yeah, props on your Ascension song. That was amazing. That was really dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The show. So, yes, Shāsa, how are you feeling that new moon? How did that affect you?
Oh my gosh. So let's just say that my South Node is in Gemini. So I feel like every Gemini season, it's always like karmic things playing out in my life. And there's always major lessons and turn points that occur every Gemini season. It never fails. And for me, this Gemini new moon, it was in my eighth house. So it was like, what's done in the dark comes to the light. And just really about revealing truth and speaking your truth and like being vulnerable and being open and being honest and not being afraid of, communicating.
And you said it was in the eighth house, so you're Scorpio rising?
No, I'm actually a Libra rising, but
Oh.
like on the degree, it was in my eighth house. So yeah. And my South Node is in Gemini, but it's in my eighth house. So it's kind of weird, with that Gemini energy in the eighth, but yeah, definitely about communication and being open and honest and not being afraid to speak and live your truth, and then learning about intimacy and just that communication with others, and not like with my South Node in the eighth, it's like you want to have this privacy, but like you kind of have to just leave everything on the table. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a turning point. Actually, and the sun was on the Pluto was too. So I don't know if you saw, but I did a live on Facebook, and I was just pretty vulnerable and opened myself up. So seems like that usually happens during Gemini season for me.
Nice. That's a good way to visualize it, that's for sure. And for those that are curious, what is your sun and moon?
I am a Capricorn sun, 26 degrees, and Pisces moon, 28 degrees.
Oh, you're a
And
Pisces moon.
yeah, I'm a Pisces moon.
Oh, I
Like,
don't know why I thought you
are
were a
you?
Leo moon.
Oh, you thought it was a Libra moon?
A
No, I'm a
Leo
Libra, right?
moon.
A Leo moon,
Yeah,
really?
I don't know. I thought I saw you type that in response to someone, but Pisces moon makes so much more sense. Okay, never mind. So you're a legit master then. They're both over 20 degrees, 26 and 28. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
in both systems, I'm a true Capricorn and I'm a true Pisces moon. And actually, I have a Capricorn stellium, and my Capricorn stellium is a true Capricorn stellium. The only thing I think that shifts is my Mars goes into Sag instead of Cap in Vedic. But I'm definitely like all my planets are pretty much in the higher degrees. The only thing that really changed
Wow.
is my Mars and my ascendant.
So you were born in 92, 93?
I was born in 94. I'm 24.
94. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's like that year is like the great of the greats. So all your outer planets, like you said, are, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So what's it like to have Neptune and Uranus near your sun? That's a huge deal.
Oh my gosh. My Capricorn stellium is like so crucial. So I have, and I've a lot of charts, but I have one of, I have a lot of conjunctions in my chart. And with Neptune and Uranus conjunct my sun, and very close degrees, it's like I have this elusive thing about me. You know, like for example, I'm always in people's dreams. Like literally people that don't know me, never met me in a day in life, never seen me from a hole in the wall, will inbox me and be like, I had this dream about you and blah 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 blah. So it's kind of interesting, especially with people that are in the Neptune cap generation, because my sun will usually fall, you know, on their Neptune. Um, People definitely, you know, have a lot of dreams about me. With Uranus, the Uranus energy is like my life has always had sudden changes and sudden things happening to me where I've had to get used to the unexpected. Like it's like my life will be one way one minute, and then the next minute it's like this drastic thing changes. And it's funny because I'll call my friends and tell them what's going on in my life, and they're like, you're always like, it's always something like crazy. You know. But then also with the Uranus energy, I was very different growing up. Like I was outcasted for sure.
Mm.
Fit in at all. And I actually felt more like an Aquarius growing up than a Capricorn for the majority of my life, because my sun progressed to Aquarius by the time I was already like almost 3.5. So
Wow.
yeah.
So you were already growing up an ascended master, basically. I'm so jealous, by the way, because y'all are the ones who can ascend for real and just like see everything. And I'm sure with Uranus you can see the future, right? I imagine it's like you can look at trends and see where humanity is going, and it's like electric. It's electric.
You know, it's so funny. Like people always tell me that, and then of course I have that Pisces moon, so I am very intuitive, but I feel that the Neptune influences in my chart makes things blurry for me. So like I'll have intuitions and I do see things, but then like I doubt myself because I'm like, is this real or is this like, you know, some illusion, you know what I mean? Because with the Pisces moon, it's really difficult sometimes to decipher between your what you're intuiting and what's like an actual real intuition, or if it's just something that you kind of made up in your mind. And I will say that I have been guilty of that. I have. Just
Everything real has been made up in our minds first. I'm a staunch Neptune advocate. I think the question you asked was right though. It's not really real. It's magic. It is an illusion, but the illusion is real. And when you get your Saturn return, you'll see how incredible it is, because it's like you're kind of on the fulcrum of, first of all, you're a real life unicorn, which is amazing. But it's like you're on the fulcrum of like bringing it into reality through Neptune. I would think so. You definitely have the real life awareness of this, which is incredible. I would really love to. I'm going to do a documentary one day documenting that generation, because the stuff y'all are going to achieve is so amazing. It's ridiculous.
yeah, the time I was born was like crucial. Like I'm a Capricorn born during the Uranus and Neptune Cap generation. So it definitely adds, a different type of spark to my Capricorn, if that makes sense.
Oh, it definitely does. I mean, just wait till Pluto goes over that and Saturn. Pretty sure.
On my and my Mars and my Pluto's on my Sun, Mars, and Neptune and Uranus right now. Actually, no, it's on
Mars and
yeah.
Capricorn too. Wow. Damn.
I have Sun, Mars, Venus, Uranus, and Neptune in Capricorn. So, like, since Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008.
Wait, did you say Venus too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you were not lying when you said that. Damn. So you're just the super divine Capricorn here in the building. Wow. That's profound.
Thank you. You have Capricorn moon, right?
Yeah, I have that same stellium, except instead of the sun, Venus, and Mars, it's just the moon and Saturn. The moon and Saturn.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I have Sagittarius and Aquarius.
Damn. That's very strong. Damn. So you're super powerful, you have a super strong mind, and your soul is divine.
I try to think.
That's one way to say it. Okay. Word. Everyone saying I'm smitten and I'm in love in the live chat.
Oh, I just saw that.
Right? Duh, I'm always that way with Capricorn women. Y'all should know this by now. Y'all know Capricorn women are my weakness. It's straight. Okay. That Neptune Uranus though, I really want to kind of embellish it because it's so incredible. Like the conjunction there. I did now know you have your Mars and Venus. That's cool, but well, that's really, really cool. Actually, it'd be interesting to see how it influences your art or what your thoughts are on that. But is there anything else you have to say as far as like the sun's influence with the awareness once again, and these transits?
The Gemini's transits or my sun?
Well, the current transits, but also your sun there. What are some very like supernatural or extra dimensional activity experienced so far, like the top 3
that I've experienced, like supernatural experiences that I've had?
Yeah.
Damn, I've had quite a few. I definitely have had near-death experience. And that was when Jupiter was transiting my 12th house. And that was like really one of the times where, because I feel like there's phases to like spiritual awakening and like spiritual development. But when that happened, it was just very miraculous because I really thought I was going to die. Like, and I actually had a blood transfusion and I had a miscarriage. So it was just crazy. And then, Pluto's been in my 4th house since 2008. So I've been experiencing a lot of major ups and downs in regards to like my home life and my family life and relocating and, a lot of things like that. With Uranus and Aries, that was like, and with it being in my 7th house, it was like major lessons in regards to relationships and, having these karmic relationships and being in and out of serious relationships because I'm a Capricorn. So obviously I have Venus and Cap, Capricorn stellium. Like when I'm in a relationship, it's like a serious relationship.
Wow.
I mean, but with Uranus and Aries there in the 7th house, it was like, we gonna fuck your shit up.
Damn.
But throughout all of those experiences, it's definitely brought me to greater awareness, greater self-awareness, and really just diving more into myself. It's interesting, like how I think that, especially if you have a stelliums are so powerful. And I think that, like, since I've started astrology, I've noticed that people that have, I don't know if this is just, I know it's not just for me, it's probably for a lot of people, but the way that things have been transiting my chart, it's like helping me master my stelliums. You know what I mean? So like Pluto is transiting my 4th, Saturn is transiting my 4th, and I have a stellium in the 4th house. And then I have a stellium in the 2nd house, and Jupiter is transiting the 2nd right now. And then, of course, whatever is in the 4th usually is going to square the 7th and the 10th and the 1st. And when I was 17, 18, Saturn went through my 1st house. So it's like at a young age, I was already like, you got to grow up. Like,
Oh, wow.
Like Saturn is not playing with your ass. You 17, 18, you got to grow up. So my, I guess, miraculous spiritual experiences have definitely been a lot to do with relationships and just like synchronicities, as far as those divine connections with people, and then putting everything back into my birth chart, like relating everything back.
Nice.
And I think that's what's so powerful about astrology.
What's one thing you love about your Pisces moon and one thing you don't like about it?
That's so funny because I have such a love-hate relationship with my Pisces moon. Like, sometimes like, I love being a Pisces moon and everybody should be a Pisces moon. And then other Pisces, why? I hate you. No, not that I ever hate Pisces, but I love that being a Pisces moon allows you to be extremely empathetic, and I would say the same thing that I love about Pisces is the same thing that I hate about Pisces, which is funny because I love that being a Pisces moon allows you to be so empathetic and so compassionate towards others, and clairvoyant and intuitive. But then at the same time, I hate that too, because while you're being compassionate and while you're being empathetic, a big thing that I've had to learn about being a Pisces moon is that you have to set boundaries. And even though you can be empathetic and be compassionate, because not only do I have a Pisces moon, but it's also in the 6th house. So it's like I'm of service. So Pisces and like the 6th house is both service and like healing. You know what I mean? I'm constantly always wanting to be compassionate, be healing towards the person and understand where they're coming from. But it's like, no, sometimes you have to draw the line and put yourself first. So that's definitely my love-hate relationship with the Pisces, and also with the Neptune influences. Sometimes I can be delusional about shit, like just straight up, like I'll just make something up in my mind because I'm like, oh, I think this person is this way. Excuse me, because of X, Y, and Z, because I see their potential and I'm like all Piscean about it. But it's like, girl, you really like,
oh gosh, you're better than me. I would just go dive down the rabbit hole like, see you later. But that's why you're the Capricorn and I'm the Gemini. So there we go.
my Capricorn definitely saves me, for sure.
Okay. And all your stellium is in the 4th house, right?
Yeah, I have a stellium in the 4th and a stellium in the 2nd. It's a small stellium in the 2nd. And then I also have my moon in the 6th. Yeah. And so that's pretty much, and I have Chiron in the 11th and Lilith in the 7th. Yo, when I saw your Lilith in the 7th house video, I was like, me, this is my life.
You already know. You already know. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to revisit that myself. Yeah.
About stelliums. A stellium is when you have 3 or more planets in the same house.
And in Capricorn, that's a very powerful one, indeed.
It's definitely intense, yo. Like, because Capricorn is obviously ruled by Saturn, so it's like patience. Like, I feel like a lot of my life is about learning patience. It's not gonna come overnight. Whatever it is, it's like delay.
Oh my God. Do you have any Aries energy?
I don't. I mean, I have Lilith in Aries.
God bless your soul.
But it squares my whole Capricorn stellium.
My Mars is in
your Mars is in.
Yeah. So all that Capricorn, anytime my Aries wants to do something, Capricorn's like, no, no, no.
Exactly.
Half of me wants to do it, and the other half of me is like, no. And it's like I end up just not doing it, or I do it, or I get in my own way. And it's like so frustrating. But like you said, it's because I gotta learn patience. And like, but you can't tell Mars and Aries that. Mars and Aries is like, no. No. Hey, I'll wait for 2 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, Lilith in Aries is very interesting because it squares my whole Capricorn stellium, and then it's like I attract Aries like wildfire because it's in my 7th house. So I'm always attracting people with Aries energy.
So how do they activate your Lilith? Do you notice them channeling it?
Oh my God. Do I?
Oh goodness.
I definitely do. I feel I have a love-hate relationship with Aries. I definitely peep this, right? My daughter's father is an Aries, and my daughter's a Libra, and I'm a Capricorn. So we have a cardinal T-square going on. But Aries with me, it's like they love me or they hate me. And like they usually end up, I don't know, I feel like they be trying to do me grimy. Like I'm not even trying to be petty, but like Aries energy, I feel like at some point or another, it always, not always, depends on the person, but because it does activate my Lilith in the 7th, it's like some point or another, there's always something that happens where it's just some hidden thing there, or they be shysty, yo.
Oh, please. Oh, trust me, I learned that recently. It was like, damn. It's like, when you watch like a movie or some kind of mystery flick, and then you find out what the villain did at the end, and it's like, what? You really? I didn't think Aries could be shysty, but nah.
But what I learned though is that they'll get mad. They get mad very quickly, but then they also get unmad very quickly. So like they'll get mad at me and like want to have confrontation, and then like 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, not literally, but you know what I mean. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it."
That's so real. That's so real. It's so awkward too. Like, so you want to go out do something? Like, yeah, yeah. So how did you start your spiritual journey, rather? Because I see you have your YouTube channel, which is awesome. You're doing astrology, and you have your other YouTube channel, which we'll talk about. But yeah, what got you, even before that, what really got you interested in all of this? Or what called you?
My mom is an Aquarius. I'll just say that. and my dad is a Scorpio, which is funny. But my mom very early on, like she got me into astrology. I mean, not astrology, what am I saying? Into spirituality. And she had me reading books like Siddhartha
Wow.
in like sixth grade. Because actually when I was in sixth grade, my childhood, I had a great childhood, and like my mom was very affectionate and loving towards me, but it was kind of rocky because I was like always switching schools and like relocating and stuff like that. Uranus in the fourth house. So, and I'm also the only child, Pisces moon. But when I was in sixth grade, she pulled me out of school and she homeschooled me. And she had me reading like Siddhartha and the Four Agreements and the power of your subconscious mind and like, you
Wow.
know,
A true Aquarius woman. Damn.
I have Saturn in the fifth. Yeah. So my mom is definitely, she's the person that really opened me up to that. But even back then when I was a kid, it was like I was just kind of learning about it, but I wasn't really diving deep into it. And she sent me like to an Afrocentric school, and so like, that knowledge of, you know, African history and Black history. And she raised me vegan, so like my mom's very conscious, you know. We never like had canned food. I never ate meat. I actually did start eating meat later on in life, but I don't eat meat anymore. But, you know, she just raised me with that type of awareness. But when I got older, it's like your parents raise you a certain way and then you kind of like try to do your own thing and try new things out. So when I was 18, 19, that's when I like got in a relationship with my daughter's father, and had my daughter at 19 years old. Pluto's in my fourth house. And
Those are fun. Okay.
then meet, you know, I wasn't like really studying any type of spirituality. My mom was never religious. She was just always like, we believe in the creator, and you know, that's it. But then I really do feel like my relationships have made me very spiritual. Like now that I'm thinking about it, each relationship that I've had has like put me on a greater path of spiritual awareness, because it's through those relationships that I've been able to learn more about myself and really transform. And I think it's probably because I have Venus sextile Pluto. So yeah, like all my relationships have transformed me. But when I ended that relationship with my daughter's father, then got into a different relationship, and that relationship really opened me up more to spirituality, because I just kept having these experiences, like these synchronicities, and I was like, what's going on? Like, I want to know why this is happening. Like, you know, you start noticing patterns, you know what I mean? I think that's what astrology is there for, to let you realize the cycles of life. And I started noticing, like, at this time of year, something usually happens at this time. And then at this time of year, you know, this usually happens. And then I just started noticing the patterns. So there were a lot of people around me that were starting to get into astrology, because actually prior to about 3 years ago, I was not into astrology like at all. I was like, because all I knew was that I was a Capricorn. I didn't know anything else. And I was just like, Capricorn, like, I don't into that, like cold and dry and hard work. I was like, yeah, maybe I'm hardworking, but like I'm not organized. You know, like it, all the like textbook descriptions of the sun sign in Capricorn, I was just like, this is not who I am, you know. But I like started meeting more people that were into it, and then I got a reading, and it was just like, whoa, okay, this is me. So after that, it confirmed a lot of things for me, and that really just dived more into spirituality and everything.
And what is it that you do now as far as with your skills, and what abilities have you picked up?
So I do birth chart readings and, other forms of astrology readings for people. And I do music as well. So that's an important thing in my life. Like, I'm also very artistic. I went to an art school. Like, I did acting, singing, dancing, all of that when I was growing up. So right now, my main focus is music and astrology. I also write too. But those are my two main focuses. And I have a South Node in Gemini, so it's like I do so much, but it's like I don't want to be the jack of all trades and master of none. You know what I mean? So I'm really trying to just focus on two things right now so that I can really try to like master those two. And then I want to like mold the two of them.
Nice.
And I find that a lot of astrologers do music. Like, I know you do music, and I know a lot of other astrologers that do music. So it's interesting to see that dynamic, like astrology and music going hand in hand.
Yeah, actually, it really is. It's like the astrology is the Aquarius side and the music is the Pisces side, and fusing both polarities.
Right?
Yeah. Who are your musical influences?
So many. As far as like R&B, I definitely would say Sade, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Janae Aiko, and then I grew up listening to a lot of jazz as well. My mom is actually a musician, a
Not
professional musician, and I grew up on like blues, jazz, so Ella Fitzgerald, excuse me, Lena Horne, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, like old jazz and blues singers, you know. And then of course Michael Jackson, Prince, hip hop wise, Kanye West. I know some people are gonna hate me for saying that, but I'm from Chicago and he's a Pisces moon. Like, I get him. Okay.
yeah.
Um, Kanye West, Jay-Z, who else? Eminem, uh, Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
Is, you know.
Okay. That's what's up. Um, yeah, you said a lot of legends on that list.
Definitely.
How
And
long?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how long have you been doing music?
Since I was 5. I wrote my first song when I was 5 years old, and it was on the piano, and it was a blues song, and it was called I Got the TV Blackout Blues, because my mom put me on punishment for doing whatever, and I couldn't watch TV for like a week.
And you made a song, yes! That is so, oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
got the TV blackout blues.
What the? How did you gonna sing it like that though? I swear to God, that's how it sounded.
Oh,
No, that's creepy.
maybe it's my cat mood. I don't know.
That was
Oh,
kind of creepy. I'm not even gonna lie, because it's exactly the way it sounded. Damn, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. All my freaky paranormal moments usually are with Capricorn. Now I know why. That makes sense. Thank you.
What?
I'm gonna trust my intuition more. But yeah, this is really interesting. I like how you pointed out that a lot of the astrologers have like music too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about like this whole new wave of people getting a lot more creative in general? And then what are your feelings towards just the future in general?
I think it's the time. Like, it's the age of Aquarius, so everybody's gonna have to be tapping into that energy, you know, at some point or another. And especially like, you know, with the internet and technology, it's like anybody can literally be a creator. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the olden days where you had to have an instrument to make music. Like, we're in this age where you can make music on your laptop, and you know, you don't have to go to the studio to record your songs. Like, you can do it from, you know, you can draw on your freaking iPad. So it's like, it's definitely a
Mm-hmm.
part of the time that we're in. And it's like, if you don't get with it, you're almost going to be forced to get with it at some point. But it's also a little bit annoying too, I will say, with my Mercury in Aquarius, because I'm like, you guys just like, y'all playing, y'all not for real, and y'all need to stop. Because I find that like a lot of people now, because it is so easily accessible,
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, we have to like mold within, like, between the bullshit to like get to the good, because now it's like everybody is an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
so it's like, who are the real ones? Because also, so there's gonna be a lot of, you know, posers and fake people posing to be something that they're not as well.
Yeah, a lot of fakers. I guess the cream will rise to the top, right? Which is interesting. So I recently learned that there's 3 stages to Capricorn. Actually, there's the goat, there's the sea goat, and then there's the unicorn. And I realized that last is the unicorn, that magician energy. Just thought I would mention that. And
Which one is the energy?
the last 10 degrees of Capricorn is the unicorn. The
Oh,
final stage is after you've reached the top of the mountain and now you're coming down to to share the illumination and manifest from your imagination.
that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense, because my sun and my Venus are at 26 degrees Capricorn.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I've, like, when I was growing up, I never felt like a Capricorn. Like, I'm just like, what? But I definitely related a lot to the Aquarius energy.
Yeah, no, definitely. It makes sense with the progression too. That's absolutely I'm just so jealous. Like, to grow up progressing through Aquarius is so rare. It's legendary, actually. But it is what it is. Yeah, the oh, how was I gonna say this? So as it's as you know, having all the stelliums and representing the divine feminine, right? How do you feel? How do you feel? You know, certain toxic issues between the masculine and feminine have gotten better or worse? Trying to get a little deep here, but I'm not.
With the energy that's present now.
Yeah, I'm not asking it the right way. I'm kind of more wanting to peek into, like, with your Libra rising, you know, how do you balance, or how have you been hip to, you know, intersocial dynamics between men and women, between masculine and feminine?
That's really interesting, because not only am I a Libra rising, but I'm also a Capricorn. And then I have, like, my conjunctions are like so crazy. But my Mars conjuncts, you know, my whole Capricorn stellium, and my Sun conjuncts my whole Capricorn stellium. So it's like I have this feminine energy, but I'm also very masculine. And I kind of want to consider myself androgynous, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. But it can be very hard to balance, especially with the Libra energy. I attract a lot of aggressive partners, and just, people that are more assertive. But then it's like I have that Mars conjunct my Sun, conjunct my Venus, conjunct Uranus and Neptune. So it's like I can be that way as well. So it's like I have to really strategically balance both of those energies out. But I do feel that my Pisces moon helps with that, because then the Pisces is like that compassion, So I have had to learn, though, to not be like overly assertive. I'm very assertive, like, and people have told me that they're like intimidated by me, and that, I have like this strong energy, and I can be defensive too. Like with the Mars energy, like if I feel like you're coming at me, like I will come at you. Like, not like I'm not gonna get like angry, but I can be very assertive and defensive. So I've had to learn to balance that energy, and it is a challenge. It's just when you have so many like conjunctions and planets interacting with each other in such a tight conjunction, they're so close. It's like a power struggle where it's like one planet is trying to take control, but then the other planet is like, no, but I want the control. So,
Yeah.
um, definitely, I had at one point, I had to have a self-realization and realize that, like, I can be caught up in my ego a lot, because my Sun is very powerful in my chart. Like, and that's probably why you almost saw the Leo energy. And I think somebody told me that before too. Like, you seem like a Leo rising, but my Sun is just, it almost touches all my planets. So, like, literally, like it's very powerful. So, I have to use that, but that's why self-awareness. So once you become aware, then you can say, okay, so now I can work on it. But definitely learning to balance those energies.
And the fourth house is definitely all about the soul and the ancestors. So I like to see you embracing your Egyptian roots or Kemetic roots. I'm only saying that because I saw a tattoo. Is that how have you personally, no, the question is, yeah, what do you personally feel about your connection with your ancestors? And who do you connect with in Egyptian culture or Kemetic culture? I'm gonna say.
So my connection with my ancestors, it's been quite a road, because for a long time, like, I feel like I was conscious in the sense of, like, learning about history and, things of that sort. But then I also had that awareness of like positive thinking and, things like that. But I recently, within the past year and a half, I joined a spiritual community, which is a Kemetic spiritual community. And it's really helped me in my journey as far as learning more about myself, and just having these like weird synchronicities and experiences, and then tying them back into what I'm experiencing or what I know. But I think, I feel that whatever spiritual practice that you come upon, it was meant for you. And like, I didn't look for Kemetic spirituality. Kemetic spirituality came to me, because I was always the person that was like, I believe in God, but I would never like join a community of like a spiritual cult or whatever you want to call it. Like, I wouldn't join an organization. I have Chiron in the 11th, so I'm like, not.
Okay.
But it came to me, and it came to me at a time where I hit rock bottom, and it was like, this is what you need right now. So it definitely helped me pull myself up, you know, and strengthen myself at a time where I felt very weak and low in my life. And it's given me, you know, what I need. But I feel like if you join a spiritual community or whatever spiritual practice you have, more than likely, if it's meant for you, it'll come for you. You don't have to go searching for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's solid advice. All right. Well, let's play the questions game. We'll take turns asking each other questions. Yeah. So you'll go first. You'll ask me a question, and then I'll answer it, and then I'll ask you a question, and then you'll answer, and then we'll go back 3 rounds.
Okay.
Putting you in the hot seat. All right.
I'm telling you, rising to go first. I'm like sitting here debating in my head. What do I want to ask you?
I'm a Taurus rising.
I'm like, what do I want to ask him? Like, what do I want to ask him? I'm so indecisive. Okay. Let me see. This is really helpful. You should have told me this before we went on live. Now you guys are seeing my Libra rising. This is terrible. Where's your Venus?
Taurus as well.
Oh, that's dope. Cool.
Is that? I knew that. I knew you were gonna say that. No, it's cool. We could give you time to. All right, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. You asked. I got you. Okay, so my question is, what is your trademark superpower? Or what is one of your superpowers? Let's just any out of your mastered skills and techniques. It's all cool if it's still in development too.
What is my mastered superpower? That is a great question.
See, as she thinks.
What'd you say?
As she's thinking or about to tell us. See, Capricorn is slick with it. Like Capricorn has all the superpowers, but they be acting like, oh, I don't really know. You know, I was trying to have you leak the secrets of the conjunction, but Capricorn is only gonna give you like little here and there. So I know you got superpowers, Shāsa. I know you got like mad powers. I just want to know like what's one of your favorite
ones? I think my superpower is the universe always reveals all to me. And I have, psychic tendencies. So even when someone thinks they have an upper hand on me, it's like my Pisces it's all knowing. Like you may think that you can hide something, but it's always gonna come out.
That's dope. So that's like I forgot the word. There's an actual word for it. But it's like divination. It's like you can divine people. Yeah, I like that. You ever know those people where like they can't lie? Like you ask them something and they have to, even if they don't want to, they just have to like say what the truth.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is Neptune's about to go retrograde, and like I think because I'm a Pisces moon and I have all those Neptune influences in my chart, every Neptune retrograde, all is revealed. Like, so I was on the phone with my friend earlier, and I'm like, it's about to be Neptune retrograde. Something's about to come out. I know it. I know it. So.
Nice.
Okay, so it's my turn now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. My Libra, it's not working. Okay. I need to be decisive, Capricorn, right now. If you could have any other placement in your chart that you don't have, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, there's so much. So I don't have Virgo, so that's why I'm a reckless klutz. If I had Libra, I'd actually go on dates and have a girlfriend. Uh, if I had Scorpio, I could strategize. And if I had Sagittarius, I would actually go out and have fun and, be in a relationship. So honestly, as fun as the last three would be, it's a tie. It's a tie between Libra and Virgo. Because at least if I had Libra, then I wouldn't be socially awkward when I talk to people because I'm just so in my head. And I would actually care about other people enough to like do. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Libra. Libra energy is just so charming. Like, you
I
guys,
just said you would actually care about people. That Capricorn was straight savage.
it's that and the Mars and Aries. Like, it's hard. It's hard not to be completely selfish. But
Dang,
yeah,
I feel you. I feel you.
that was a really good question, though. That was a really good question because I want to say Virgo too because if I at least had Virgo, like, oh my, I'd be so much more aware because I could
I
be.
have Icon in Virgo.
Ouch.
I know.
That's not always the best, although it's good. Makes you really good healing. Really good healing. Yeah, in fact, some people have already said that you've been grounded. You've been grounding them. So that
That's
makes a
so
lot.
interesting that people are saying that. I feel so ungrounded. Like people tell me that, and I'm like, how, Sway? How?
You must be taking in their ungroundedness, and then your other skills like take mine. That's okay. Yes, that's another reason why I want Virgo. Like all this scruff here. Oh no, if I had Virgo, I would have lined up my beard this morning and just been like, okay. And if I had Libra, I would have a sense of style. I could go out looking like a straight up bum. My younger sister has a Libra rising. She would never let me do that. She'd be like, go back to the closet right now and pick out a good outfit. So it is
Yeah,
what it
I'm
is.
not. Libras, like we definitely, you know, we're people pleasers. So it's like we want to look good and make everybody happy. But
That's why
fire
we love you.
ding. All right, it's your turn.
Yes. Thank you, by the way, for a question that was on the spot. That was a very, very, very good question. Okay. Um, the question that I have for you is what is one what is okay, so let's say you were gonna talk to the representation of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? What is one thing you would tell the divine feminine that the feminine has been doing good, and then one thing you would tell them that they haven't been they have to do better, and then what's one thing you tell the masculine they've been doing good, and then one thing that they could need to work on do better as well.
Whoa. That question is deep.
I channeled that one for you. That didn't come from me. Spirit was like, ask her this. I was like, okay.
Dang, what would I tell the divine feminine and what would I tell the divine masculine that they've been doing good and that they need to do differently? Wow. This is not going to be an easy on the spot answer. Well, I would definitely tell both of them that they need each other.
Oh wow,
And
that's
that neither one of them is more divine than the other. That's my opinion. Some people will disagree with that. I already know. But they need each other. One cannot exist without the other. And the divine feminine, well, actually, I would tell both of them as well to embrace both of their energies. So, divine feminine, be that divine feminine energy, but also be balanced and know when to use that divine masculine energy. And I would tell the same thing to the divine masculine balance. I'm such a Libra. Balance is definitely needed. And I would also tell the divine, it's so funny because I remember your Sagittarius full moon video, and you were like saying like, oh, all the Pisces are telling everybody to drop their ego.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I've been saying that for a while, and I would definitely tell both of them like, don't be so much in your ego. Don't think that you're more needed than the other one. You need each other.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. You're true Pisces moon. Like, you didn't answer my question, but you gave me an even better answer.
I know. That's crazy. Yeah, true Pisces moon for sure.
No, but that spoke to my soul. That was amazing. We need each other, and no one is more divine than the other.
Yeah. I actually made a status like that one day on Facebook, and people got pissed off.
Oh,
we're in this time where women are like so empowered, which is beautiful. But we're also in this time where women are like, I don't need a man, like, you know, I can do it all by myself, and da 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 da, independent woman, all this and that. And there's nothing wrong with being an independent woman and handling your own. But the whole men aren't needed, like that theme and that scenario is just like, that's not realistic. Like, we need men and women, and whether you want to be with a man or a woman, you need the masculine and feminine energy, excuse me. And I can't remember how it was worded, and the way that I worded it probably wasn't the best because I have Mercury in Aquarius, so it's like when I speak, it's like I really don't be caring. Like, I just be like, this is what I know and whatever. So
yeah.
A lot of people agreed, but a lot of people were like, how could you say that? You're telling women that they need men, and that's wrong. And I was like, that's not what I'm saying. But
Wow. Leave it to people to just twist the truth. I can't.
Yeah.
Just to, because now that you say that, I remember I think it was you that you brought something else up, maybe before or after that, to the degree, and it was a question. I think you're asking people, how has the super, you mentioned something to the degree of women being elevated to a superwoman status, and how has that kind of helped or hurt how men see women in a certain sense? I think alerting, like, because they're elevated so much, it's like it's not equal anymore, even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've definitely like experienced that personally. Being a powerful woman and like being a woman of power, it can be intimidating for men. And I don't really want to get too much into like race things or whatever, but especially in the Black community, like, I'm just gonna be honest, like, women have been placed in situations where we're forced to be more masculine than we need to be. So it's like there's a scenario or a theme going around where like, oh, Black women, like, you guys have to be more feminine. But it's like, but I can't be more feminine right now because I have to be this way to survive. And probably it's not even just Black women. I'm sure a lot of women feel that way in general. So there's definitely like an imbalance universally right now where it's like women want to be feminine, but they feel like they're forced in situations where they have to be more masculine. Because back in the day, women really didn't have to work. We could stay at home and we could be those nurturers that we wanted to be. But it's like now both parties have to work and they have to go out and get their daily bread. So you know, when you come home, it's like the woman is like not only working, but then she's also trying to be that nurturing, you know, and caring, cancerian, you know, individual. And I think that's interesting because it kind of plays out with me with my Capricorn, but then it being in the fourth house.
Ah.
So it's like I have to work, but then it's at the same time I have to be nurturing too. So it's like balancing the Capricorn in fourth house, which is kind of like Capricorn Cancer opposite energy.
Nice. Okay. That was a very good answer.
Thank you. So one more question or?
Yep.
So another question for you. What's a good question to ask? I already asked what you would like to have in your natal chart. What's your favorite thing about your natal chart?
Oh, another one. Okay. You know, that has, okay. To be honest, I love my Mars in Aries. My Mars in Aries is the reason why I'm so dumb. And yeah. No, it's so self-sabotaging. I've learned to appreciate it in ways. It's so amazing. So it just allows me to like do what I want instinctually. But I think, and I know once I get older, I'm gonna embrace the earth. So my Venus in Taurus is in the 12th house opposite Pluto. And I didn't realize how much don't know that. It's like as a Gemini, I slept on Taurus so much because like I Gemini, I want to be, you know, communicating, connecting with people. And I don't use my Taurus energy because it's like imagine my Venus in Taurus could give me anything I ever wanted. I'm not anything I wanted. It can give me an unlimited of like hair or beauty products. And it's like, I don't need this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to use it, or rather, I may have to, right? But I'm just trying to speak on the incompatibility of it. So Gemini was kind of my favorite for a while because it's suburb by Uranus, and it's like, oh yeah, baby, like I'm different. Like I'm here to be crazy. Like this is ridiculous. But I think really, I love my Cat Moon now. Now that I'm getting older, now that I have this Saturn return, it's just now activating. So I'm learning about power in such a new way. And since it's in the eighth, it's on Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn. So it's like, I didn't realize how psychic I was since it's all like unconscious. And it's kind of like how like we had that moment earlier. So it's like, I'm not usually going to be conscious about it, but now I feel like slowly and slowly, growing older will be like fine wine because of that moon position. So it's teaching me just to really take things slow, which is everything my Mars in Aries and my Sun in Gemini don't do. Like I'm the dude that's going nowhere really fast. And like, I'll just be like, really? Like I can waste so much time having fun though, because I'm a Gemini. But as I tap into my Capricorn, I realize, wow, it really helps me respect the sign a lot more. It's so incredible. So, I mean, I barely scratched the surface. That's another reason why it's one of my favorite signs right now. I used to hate it, by the way, because I didn't understand it. Like I didn't realize you have to approach it, you know, maturely, you know. It's not it clashes with the whole Peter Pan thing. So it's definitely helping me get
Gemini. That's a really nation.
Oh yeah. It's
I feel like you have that fun, you know, personality about you, but it's like deep down you're actually very serious.
Yeah, yeah. It's very conflicting because like I could be very serious about not being serious. Yeah.
Probably cynical too.
Oh yes. Like I can't be like a Gemini because every time there's this one meme, there's this one, I'm always referencing memes. There's this one like video on Instagram where there are two brothers and one of the brothers does a magic trick and he'll do like some really cool magic trick and then the other brother will just ruin the trick and show you how the trick works. And then it's like, oh, you still have like the guy will do a trick with the water bottle and it'll look like the water's floating and then the other brother will just show how the trick was revealed and ruin the secret. That's how I feel like my Capricorn is with my Gemini. Like my Gemini will play into mind games and then my Cap's like, shut up. No, this is what to do. And it's like, oh, I can't be my true Gemini self. Because my Cap can win.
Because even though I'm not a Gemini, but I have the Pisces moon, so it's immutable, and I have Capricorn, so it's like my Pisces is like that, but then my Capricorn is like, you know what, you just need to be serious right now. Why are you playing?
Oh my gosh, like it's so hate, it's so love. And then my Gemini is like the rebel that's just like, screw the establishment, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, now I'm in a position to work them together because I can't keep doing that forever, right? But then my Gemini is like, we can, what is it? So the last question I have for you is, what are your 3 favorite zodiac signs and what are your 3 signs that give you the greatest challenge?
Oh my gosh. Okay, 3 favorite zodiac signs. Scorpio, Aquarius. The third one's gonna be hard to pick. Not my least pick. Who do I pick for last? Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. And it's funny that I chose all fixed signs.
Could you say that one more time?
Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. All fixed. Those are your favorites. Okay.
Yeah, and it's weird that they're all fixed signs. I guess because I don't have a lot of fixed energy in my. Well, no, I do. But yeah, Scorpio is definitely probably number 1 because I feel like they're so misunderstood and they are. I have Jupiter in Scorpio and in Vedic, my North Node's in Scorpio. My North Node is at 0 degree Sagittarius in tropical, so it's damn near like Scorpio. But yeah, I really love the Scorpio energy. It's like, it sextiles my Capricorn energy. My dad's a Scorpio, and they just give me like that depth. You know what I mean? Like they have a lot of depth to them, and I really enjoy that. Aquarius, because they're fun. They make great friends. My mom's an Aquarius. They're so futuristic. Like, you're around Aquarius, they're always going to have ideas. And I like the fact that they're super chill. So it's funny because I like the Scorpios because they're so deep and intense. But then I like that Aquarius is also aloof. Like, they'll be like, bro, you need to chill. Like, And then Taurus are my besties. Tauruses. Tauruses in my mind, they can do no wrong. Like they just can do no wrong. I've never had a problem with a Taurus. And I'm a Capricorn, so that's like we're besties.
That's your heart right there.
Huh?
That's your heart right there.
Yeah, I love Taurus. They just make me feel so comfy. Like they really do. One of my best friends is a Taurus. And then you said the 3 signs that I dislike?
Yeah, the 3 signs that you hate, but I would say challenge. Yeah.
Aries, for sure.
Oh, God. She said, for sure. Yes.
I
Damn.
I don't hate Aries. I don't hate any sign, but they definitely challenge me. And I almost feel like it's a competition, like sometimes with them. But yeah, there's always a lot of tension, but then they're always attracted to me, and then like I'll be attracted to them too. So it's like a love-hate relationship. And then excuse me. I don't really dislike a lot of the sign okay, so another sign that challenges me. I would say Sagittarius, even though I love Sagittarius energy, they definitely challenge me because of my North Node, and I'm a moon in Pisces, so they square my moon. So even though I love their energy, it's like a lot of times there can be, challenges with them because it's my North Node and like they're pushing me towards that, which is a great thing. But then sometimes my Pisces is like, no, I want to be this way. So I have definitely had a lot of challenging situations with Sagittarius, even though I love Sagittarius too. And then the third one that I've had really challenging experiences with, it's not necessarily like a sun sign, but I would say Scorpio moons. Like, even though I love Scorpio, when you put it in the moon sign, it's like it just can be really it just can be it can be either really good or it can be really bad, like just from what I've experienced with, especially if they're not evolved, or if they're not like on that spiritual elevation and they're not working on themselves. It can be a very difficult placement to deal with that energy, because it's they can self-sabotage. So it can just be hard. I kind of like want to put Aquarius on both sides. Like, they're my favorite, but then I also have a lot of challenges with them too, because they're so aloof. Like, they're so detached. So my Pisces doesn't like that. I'm like, why can't you feel what I feel?
True.
Yeah.
They're like extraterrestrial attached.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, Scorpio moons are cool and all until they just pull up a secret that you've been hiding or didn't even know anyone else knew. It's just like, yeah, oh, that's cool. I love that TV show. Oh, by the way, why do you have sexual trauma from like 2 years? What the hell? Like, who told you that? And just be doing it so casually, like it's the right time to like bring up that dark stuff. Like, wow.
And it's funny because I will say probably even worse than the Scorpio moon. Not Scorpio moon's bad. I don't feel that any placement is good or bad. It's just that they all have their, weaknesses and strengths. And when it's weak, it can be very weak. But with Mars and Scorpio, man, you do something to them, it's straight savage. They on your ass.
Mars and Scorpio is devious. Like they got a sex thing. They got a sex thing for real. Like
You do not want to fuck with a Mars and Scorpio. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Run for the hills.
yeah, they'll take their time if they have to.
For sure. And they will expose you. Everything.
Damn.
They straight expose you.
In the worst way, they'll lie a little bit too once they got the facts if they have to. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, actually, I have both your YouTube channels in the description box below. So make
Okay,
sure,
dope. Thank you.
yes, your artist page and your astrology page. I don't want to just say it's astrology, but yes. So how can people reach you, and what readings do you offer?
So you can reach me on my website, SoGold.com, SHASA, SoGold.com. You can also email me, shasaofficialbiz@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Shāsa SoGold. Of course, my YouTube channel. And I do birth chart readings. I do synastry and composite readings, solar return charts. So yeah, definitely hit me up if you need any of those services. And I do music as well. So if you go to my website or go on my other YouTube for my music, you can check that out too. I have 2 new singles out. So definitely check those out. But thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody that joined. I'm going to have to review these comments.
Sweet. Very, very grateful as well, once again, for you tuning in. And yeah, y'all stay blessed. And until next episode, peace.